What is up, guys? Thank you for tuning back into another video. I know my face is dirty. Today, what I'm gonna do is I'm changing the radiator on my RSX because my RSX original OEM radiator blew out. I'll show you how it looks right now. About last week, I saw it smoking, so I ordered a Mishimoto one because I heard that it's really good. So I'm doing the uninstall, well, like the install / taking off the old one, and I'll show you guys right now how because the old one's not too cracked, but I'll show you how it looks right now. So guys, the original OEM radiator, it actually cracked from here. So when the car gets into temp, it starts leaking out from here. So I already started disassembling all the parts from here. This part is the radiator support. So it goes here, and obviously it needs 10mm bolts. So it's gonna come off because you need to take this off because the reservoir is here, and all this right here, and also it's blocking the way to get out of the radiator. And right now what I'm doing is I'm just draining the fluid out from here, and then I'm gonna take the radiator out right now and I'll put the new one in. I ordered a Mishimoto Radiator for the RSX. The reason why I bought a Mishimoto Radiator because I saw a lot of good reviews. Yeah, I know Mishimoto has been kind of like played out / like it hasn't been really good over the years, but for the K series motors, the Mishimoto Radiators have still been really good. So that's why I'm changing it now. It's also a lot slimmer. Like I said, so right now I'm changing the OEM one to the Mishimoto one. I'm taking it out right now, and after that I'm gonna do a leak down test, so there's no air bubbles and so forth, and I'll keep you guys in. So guys, I have unbolted everything. I have unplugged the fuses from the fans. I actually took a fan out already because it wouldn't come out by itself. So right now, all I'm doing is just taking out the old fan and put in the new one. So guys, as you can see the difference between the Mishimoto radiator and the old radiator. Obviously it has all this old stuff on it, and compared to brand new, this thing needed a change. I'm gonna keep the fans because they still work. Okay, so the OEM fans still work, so that's why I didn't buy the new fans. Yeah, everything is gonna be aligned, so it's direct OEM. The fans will go onto here, and I'll show you guys that in a second. Also guys, don't forget to take off this sensor from the OEM one. Clean it up a little bit. Don't forget to take this sensor off the OEM one, and then it's gonna go on here onto the new Mishimoto radiator. So like I said, it's direct bolt on from here to here. Let me just tighten it up real quick, just a little bit. You don't need to tighten it too much, just at least so it can get nice and snug. Just one more turns. And that's about all you need. You don't need to do too tight. So I'm about to put the fans on, and I'll show you guys that in a second. So guys, I found an easier way to do this. So obviously, like, yeah, you can try to put both fans in at the same time, but what I did is that I left this fan in, like I left it bolted, And this fan I actually unbolted and I put it in first, and then I slid the radiator in, and then I tightened the bolts up. Pretty much it. That's like, I think, the best way to install the radiator, like as easy as possible. It looks dope though. And then obviously once the radiator's in, don't forget to put in all the fuses back to where they were. And on the bottom, guys, don't forget to fuse in that sensor, the one that was on the OEM radiator, the one where I said to take off this sensor and put on that one. Don't forget to bolt that back on. Well, fuse it. Instead of me just explaining to you guys, here, I'm talking about the sensor that we took off from the OEM radiator. This one, don't forget to clip this back on, the sensor. Don't forget to clip that back on. So guys, the radiator is in. The coolant reservoir is back on. All you gotta do is just put it on here and then bolt it right there. Put the coolant hose back on here. Everything is bolted down. Make sure you double check all your fuses. The ones right there, right there, right there, and also the one that I said on the bottom. Don't forget to connect that fuse. Right now, I'm gonna leave this how it is right now. I'm gonna add coolant into it. I'm gonna make sure that there's no leaks, that everything's running fine, and I'm gonna do the leak down test and to make sure that there's no air in the system. I'm gonna have it running and I'll show you guys right now. So now guys, I'm gonna add coolant. The all 5 RSX, they take blue. I seen that this system had a green, so I leaked it down. Right now, I'm just gonna add coolant until it comes all the way up here. Then I'm gonna turn on the car so it can warm up. And then that's when we do the leak down test, so we can take out all the air bubbles from the system. Just fill it up. Just let it fill up. Make sure that there's no leaks coming out of anything. Let me check the bottom for leaks real quick, just in case, before I start adding any more. Alright guys, so now it's already filled. Now I'm gonna turn on the car so the system can be bled from air. I'm gonna turn it on, and it's usually until the bottom hose is really hot. That's how you know that all the air has been out of the system. But then also I heard that if you let the fans turn on twice, that's how you know that all the air has been bled out of the system. So now I'm gonna turn it on and just wait for it to, all the air to get out, and hopefully, you know, everything's all good, no leaks or anything. All right guys, the fans came on once. I'm just waiting for them to turn on again. And once it's turned on a second time, that means it's good. I'm just waiting for that second run. The fans already turned on once, I'm just waiting for that second run. And so far everything looks good. I don't see any leaks. Down here, there was a leak before, but it's because the hose wasn't on too well. But after I fixed it up, clamped it better in, so it's good. So far everything's good. The temps are good. See, I don't know if you can see that too well. Let me just go in right there. See, the cooling's good, so far everything's good, and we're gonna take it out for a test run in a little bit. There you go, as you can see, the fans turned on again for the second time. See, you can see they're still spinning. it just turned off. So it's good. Taking it on a test drive. Everything's pretty good. The temperature is still pretty good. It hasn't rose up or anything. So that's a good sign. Get a little pull in for the boys. Slow. The thing I like about the car is that like it's not too loud and it doesn't like rasp, and it has like these little good pops. I don't know if you guys can hear them. They have good pops, and the car isn't tuned or anything. It's just stock K20, little intake, little itty bitty muffler. That's all there is. No tune, no nothing. And I feel like it pulls pretty good for what it is, man. So guys, that will conclude today's video. I took a longer than expected. I gave myself about an hour and a half to 2 hours to finish it, but ended up being more. But reason being is because there was a wire already that was spliced. The one that was connecting to one of the fans that I didn't notice before. And when I was disconnecting the fan, the fuse, the wire came out. Like I said, it was already loose, but me just tugging it a little more, it pulled it out. So I needed to skin the wire and just to roll it back up and just fix all that. So all that took like another like 30 to 40 minutes because I needed to splice the whole wire and, you know, just do all that. But technically it's supposed to be like an hour, 30-minute, 2-hour job. No, it's not that hard. I'll give it a rating about 4 out of 10 of how hard it was, because it wasn't hard at all. So if you guys are doing it for your first time or anything, I recommend you guys just go try it out, do it. Only thing is just make sure that you have your bolts all in one place. That's one thing that I don't do. I have my bolts everywhere, but don't do what I do. Okay, have your bolts all in a specific order so you know where to put them back. 2, make sure all the fuses, everything is back on correctly. And 3, when you're putting coolant inside the radiator, make sure that from both hoses that there's no leaks or anything. And also 4, when you're doing the radiator test, let the car run for about 10 to 15 minutes until the fans turn on at least twice. That's how you know that they're both activating correctly. I'm still gonna check the car in the morning to see if I have any leaks, any cooling leaks on the lower hose, just to double check things. Like I said, I took it out for a ride and there's no problems at all. So like I said, if you guys are trying it for your first time, go ahead, just try it out. It's not hard at all. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope I explained enough for you guys to do it on your own. And if I didn't, I'm sorry. There's more videos out there that are more, you know, in depth to the radiator install. But if you guys like it, please leave a thumbs up, and I appreciate you guys. Please subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in another video. Peace.